We are perfect. Welcome, everyone. Hello. On behalf of the North Carolina Council on Developmental Disabilities, welcome to the NCCDD Self-Advocate Discussion Series, where you, our state self-advocate leaders, exemplify the mantra, nothing about us without us. Self-advocates and advocates alike across our community are used to climbing mountains. We often use this time together to talk about how difficult it can be to climb these mountains and the challenges that we face on the road ahead. This month, we're going to take a step back and recognize what we've accomplished as individuals and together as a community. And we will use this time for celebration, Today is an opportunity to share about and experience the power of gratitude. However big or small, gratitude can have a powerful impact on our lives. If you've joined us for our previous Thanksgiving session, some of this information may be familiar to you, but we really do believe it is worth repeating. So today we are going to talk about how to take advantage of that power of gratitude. We'll learn a little bit about positive psychology, how happiness is scientifically better for you, and what science has to say about gratitude. We'll offer some cool tips, tricks, and resources so that if you are not already doing it, you can take action immediately following this meeting using the power of gratitude from the point of view of a self-advocate. But as always, to relax into the afternoon, we're going to start with our jokes of the day. I hope my colleague Philip Woodward finds these jokes worthy. Here we go. What are turkeys most grateful for? The day after Thanksgiving. Of course. And our second joke of the day. Did you hear the one about the rude turkey? He was acting like a real jerk. Get it? We are nothing if not cheesy. Now that we've got a little bit of a laugh out, to get everyone warmed up for sharing what you're grateful for, here are a few inspirational quotes. Experience is not what happens to you, it's what you do with what happens to you. Aldous Huxley. Each day comes bearing its gifts. Untie the ribbon. Anne Ruth Baker. I apologize for butchering that last name. Now that I have butchered that name, we will spend time today getting to know each other better as we share our own stories of gratitude and experiences of self-advocacy that we are thankful for. Hopefully that will start by forgiving me for mispronouncing. But first, I'll share a little of what I learned from one of my favorite books. It's called The Happiness Advantage by Shawn Achor.
Chris, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt.
Go ahead.
Yolanda is saying that the Spanish translator, there's no sound coming to her in Spanish.
Sí, ahora sí, pero hace unos minutos no. Pero es para que interveniste. No sé si Chris puede hablar y tú para ver. Te escucho a ti. Pero eres tú quien estás hablando, pero cuando Chris habla no escucho el español. So I need to Chris to talk and see if we can hear.
Okay. Let's just take a pause and be grateful for this technology.
I can hear.
That's a thumbs up, all is well.
Now we're good. Thank you.
Okay. All right. And we're off of pause. So first, we'll share a little bit of what we learned from a book called The Happiness Advantage by Shawn Achor. Sean Aker is a Harvard researcher who studied the performance of 1,600 students and several Fortune 500 companies. What did he discover? That having positive emotions leads to future peace and success, roughly 7 out of 10 times. I don't know about y'all, but I think that's pretty good odds. So what does it have to do with us as persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities? It's about really making the most of what we have now in order to make the most of what we will become in the future. The core of Sean's research tells us that happiness is not a quality you're born with, but a skill set that can be developed. Happiness is not about being positive or about having positive experiences, but rather choosing to see the positive in any experience. Persons with IDD have some of the most unique experiences around. However, given all that we need to overcome, us self-advocates keep forgetting how amazing we are for all the things that we have overcome in the first place. I like to call each of those happy moments presents. See what I did there? A little early holiday joke. Mr. Sean Aker talks about what can lead to our own happiness advantage, including a couple things. One, successful people aren't always happy, but happy people are always successful. Two, priming our mind with happy thoughts improves the probability of a positive future by 70%. Number three, happiness is a process, not a destination. Feeling joy during the day is more important than feeling joy when the day is over. Number four, sharing happiness with others, especially compliments, is the most powerful way to improve the outcome of your day. Number five, happiness typically starts from a place of calm. Silence is better for you than watching the news, for example. Number six, movement is important. Doesn't matter how you do it. Small, consistent physical activities that you enjoy will make the mountains we need to climb seem a lot smaller. And seven, focus on life wearing rose-tinted glasses. The happiness advantage isn't about ignoring challenges or danger, but rather finding the most positive solution or viewing a negative outcome in as positive a way as you're able. So now that you've heard a little bit about gratitude, we'd like to take a moment to talk about how family is unique to everyone. Sometimes it's the family you're born with. Other times it's the family you choose. It's been our absolute pleasure to spend every third Wednesday afternoon with you this year, and all the self-advocates and advocates on this call are certainly family to us. At the end of the day, family is what you make it. So now we're here hanging out with you at our very own digital dining room table. I wish there was lots and lots of food for us to eat at the same time, but we'll have to deal with each other's smiling faces. So we ask that you please turn on your cameras if you are able and if you're comfortable. This, of course, is all meant to offer a sense of community and connection. And that's just one of the 7 principles that Sean Aker speaks of. And now it's time for our guests to share. By the end of our time together today, we will have shared ideas for how to develop your own gratitude practice, which is simply by taking a few minutes a day to write, type, or say anything that has happened or will happen to you that brings joy. And some call that a gratitude list. Now it's time for us to share what we are thankful for. I will start by offering an example. I am so thankful for my little girl, Fern. She is 5 years old. She is the most beautiful little hurricane that's ever lived. So even though our house is always a mess and absolutely littered with toys, seeing her face every day just makes life just a joy to live in. And she just brightens up my day and my world so much. I can't even, I'm already running out of words, and that never happens with me. So that's my example. And now I see all of these cameras on in front of me, and I'm just so excited that y'all have decided to be brave. There's 4 questions that you can choose from in terms of our sharing. Question 1, you can share what you're most thankful for. Question 2, for whom are you grateful? Question 3, what are you most excited about in your life right now? And number 4, what are you most looking forward to at Thanksgiving? And well, there's so many people to choose from. Who do I choose to pass it on to? Let's see. Laura, you've got your hand up. Tell us what you're thankful for.
Well, thankful that I could be part of this group, and our Self-Advocacy group is getting ready to celebrate 25 years. November 27th, we're going to have a big celebration. So that's pretty exciting. Just being able to spend time with family. We got a new condo this summer, and they'll make it it's more accessible for my husband. It'll just make it easier to have the holidays celebrate with us at our new home. So yeah, a lot to be thankful for.
Thanks so much, Laura. That is a lot to be thankful for indeed. Is there anyone, a guest today that's with us that you would like to pass the potato on to so they can share their gratitude?
Yeah, I'm not, I guess I can, I'll pass it on to Philip. Did you hear me?
Philip, this is Chris. If you're able to share whatever you like, jump in when you're ready. I know that you mentioned you might be listening in as you're driving home, and you may still be in the car. So if you do choose to share, definitely do so safely. Philip shared in the chat that he will go later. With that, I will pass it on to Yvonne. Yvonne, you have anything on your heart that you'd like to share with us today?
I'm thankful for Yvonne too. She's gonna have a birthday soon, so.
That she is. And you know what? SP has her hand up, and you spoke earlier, even before our meeting started. So I'm excited to hear your share whenever you're ready.
Okay, can you hear me?
Sure can.
Well, now that I'm able to talk again, I was sick there for a number of months, and it got into my throat too, so I was struggling to speak. And now I got the antibiotics and I'm doing good. I'm not real sure how to say this because I've never voiced it before, but many years ago when I had a severe vehicle accident, I had was told that I could no longer live in my own home because I was alone, and no family members in the state. So they took my paid for home away from me, and I kind of wandered around in life since then. One of the families that helped to make sure that I had the abilities to hang on to my belongings, I met up with them many years later, and this has been like more than 20 years, I'm guessing. So they've kind of adopted me into their forever family. And I am really thankful of that because they are really, truly such wonderful, positive people, the only kinds of people I want to be around. No negativisms. They always look for the brighter ways to accomplish things and look at things in life's daily droppings from the skies, you know. But it's taught me a lot that to relearn how to do things in a wonderful way and think of things in a wonderful way rather than being negative. So I'm really tickled and enjoyed that, although they've recently adopted babies now because they've not been able to have their own, that they want to include me as a part of their family so much. For the last like 6 years, I got back in contact with them. And so they're telling me that I am family, and that just warms my heart up so much because I've not really had contact with my own children for all of that time since before the accident. So anyway, you know, life can do some hard things to a person, but the Lord always puts in steps to overcome it. So that's what I wanted to share. Thank you.
That's a beautiful share. Thank you so much for that vulnerability, and certainly absolutely living proof that the family that you have is family that you choose. So thank you so very much for sharing that and sharing that goodwill with us. It looks like I'll give this a try, and I don't want to say your last name wrong. Jessica Bustamante, did I say that correctly?
Hey, yeah, you got that just right.
Yay.
Hold on 1 second. I am somehow I made it. Okay, there I am. I had made it really tiny and I couldn't find my thing. So I am most thankful for, I'll just go ahead and say my kids. I have one that'll be 17 tomorrow, one that'll be 19. And I am most grateful for my two best friends. They help me with a lot of different things. I'm most excited about Christmas season. I get to work at the Charlotte Christmas Village, so I'm very excited to do that again. And I look forward to cooking our Thanksgiving meal.
All of those things sound amazing. I haven't heard of what was the Charlotte place that you're working at?
Well, it used to be the Charlotte Christmas Village. It's now the Light the Nights event up at the Truist Field. But I still, like, in my head, it's still the Charlotte Christmas Village.
I'm a huge fan of Christmas lights, so I'm envious just thinking about it. That sounds like a wonderful experience.
Well, they certainly have a ton of Christmas lights up there.
I'm gonna have to take a trip up there with Fern. You're under no obligation to do so, but I gotta ask anyway. Is there a someone in the chat you want to pass the hot potato on to so they can share?
I was away from my computer for just a bit, so I don't know who has and hasn't gone.
That's okay. There's lots of peeps on the list. I'll give this one a try. Kelly Moore, are you with us?
Can you hear me?
Sure can.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna answer. My screen is frozen. I can't get back to where I can do anything. Yeah, I'm grateful for the group here and the apartment and everything. So that's what I'm grateful for.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. Is there anyone in particular you'd like to call on?
No, because Philip said he'd speak later.
Understood. No worries. No worries. I'm going to take a moment to shift my view around so that I can see. Oh, I can see you all so much better. How about Jessica Hoyle? Are you with us and willing to share?
Sure. Hi. Let's see. I am most grateful for my family, and I'm really looking forward to being able to cook with my family for Thanksgiving. So we're all going to get together and cook together, and the food at Thanksgiving is always my favorite. So, thanks.
Making me hungry just thinking about it. Do you have a favorite food that you traditionally add to the spread beyond the turkey? Or maybe you don't have turkey. I don't know.
We definitely have turkey, but I'm a big fan of the mashed potatoes.
I second that.
Especially if they have gravy.
First, I was hungry just thinking about it. Now I'm gaining weight just thinking about it. Philip, I see your hand is raised. Are you ready to share with us?
Did you call on Interact?
I haven't, but please share.
Hi, it's Philip Woodward. Somebody mentioned adoption earlier, and November is National Adoption Month. So I'm grateful for the 3 children that my wife Lila and I adopted. And there may be many people here or connected to the council who have been touched by adoption in some way. So November is a good month for family members to be grateful for each other as they gather for Thanksgiving or watching football or whatever they'd like to do together. Thank you.
Philip, this is Chris. That was a great share. Thank you for reminding us of that. Does anyone on the Interact side, like to share for us today?
I'm thankful for Thanksgiving.
Hello.
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 Oh, I want to make sure I understood. Did you say you were thankful for Thanksgiving? I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, and my Baba makes the best sweet potato casserole.
Yeah, Kathleen, and you can go, Laura, and that'll probably be it. What are you thankful for?
My family.
Family, absolutely.
Okay, Laura, this will be our last one, but yeah, come on up real quick. And I don't think we're gonna get everybody. What are you thankful
I'm thankful for all my friends at TVS.
Well said. This is Chris. I want to say all of us here are very thankful for you at Interact for joining us on our Wednesday gatherings. It means so much that you all are a part of what it is that we do here to gather everyone. We appreciate y'all so much. I'll just take a moment to remind everyone here that sharing what you're thankful for is just one of the questions that we have for you. If you want to share, but that's not coming to the top of your mind at the moment, you can share the people in your life that you're grateful for, or what you're most excited about in your life right now, or what you're most looking forward to for the upcoming holiday. I'm looking through the chat and I'm not seeing any raised hands for the moment. RV, I see your camera's on. Would you like to share?
Sure. So I think for me, what makes my life so precious and happy is my partner in crime and my best friend and my wonderful love of my life, my wife. She is my source of strength. She is my compass, and she helps me feel confident, and she helps me understand when I have trouble understanding. And on that point, thank you.
RV, that's a beautiful share. The next time I need something kind and loving said to my wife, I'm going to see what you have to say first and steal it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I need to be better with names. I want to read, is it okay? Akila Brockington. I hope I got your name right, and please correct me if I'm wrong. It says in the chat, I'm thankful for my family and friends. SP, do you have another share? It looks like you've got your hand raised again.
Yes, I do. I didn't realize the whole session was going to allow the guests to talk too. So that's wonderful. I appreciate that. And my share is that earlier this year, I actually made contact with one of my children. And I'm hoping before the end of this year, I can make contact again, which has been over many, many years, well, a couple of decades. So they had no idea of what I've gone through in my life, and I have no idea what they've gone through, except for that they're achieving their goals. So that's an awesome thing. So it just tickles my heart. The Lord is bridging those gaps and getting the communication going again. Thank you.
That's beautiful. Thank you again for that vulnerability. I'll throw it open to the room. Is there anyone that doesn't necessarily have their... Oh, I'm sorry. I just saw a hand come up again. Laura, you've got another share for us?
I'm thankful for my husband, Rob. He's been through a lot this year, and we could have lost him at Christmas with sepsis. And so, yeah, I'm just so grateful he's still around.
Oh, lots and lots of awesome vulnerability today. Thank you again, Laura. Thank you.
Yeah.
Again, if anyone would like to share, you can put your hand up in the chat, or you can unmute or jump in. This is a digital dining room table. Just like family. Shout it out whenever you're ready. Lots of shares from SP today. SP, go right ahead.
What's the correct spelling of the author's name? Sean Aker?
I believe it's Achor, but I'll double check. And I'll put it in the chat.
Thank you.
This is Philip Woodward here. I'm thankful for all the colorful fall foliage that I love to take pictures of, and you can see it in my background. A sort of cascading swirl of yellow and orange leaves from our office complex earlier this month on November 2nd. Thank you.
Thanks so much for your share, Philip. Is there anyone in the chat you'd like to call on?
This is Philip. Let's see. I will call on Pam Dempsey if she would like to share anything.
Hi, Philip. Thanks for the invite. So I heard all of the yummy favorite foods earlier, and I had to start writing my grocery shopping list because I've not begun to make my plans. And it turns out just a few days ago, I learned that I'm going to have company. So it'll be a good idea to go ahead and get started on that. But let me see. I'm most looking forward to having time to relax, spending time with family. And for those family members I can't be around, I'm going to enjoy that phone call. And together we'll probably talk about the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. We always enjoy watching that and talking about that. So thanks. So shall I call upon someone? I don't know about inviting someone to speak because not everybody likes that, but I'm seeing Scotty Carnes and Brittany Summers. I wonder if either of you would like to unmute and respond to any of the questions. Yolanda, you have your hand up. There you go.
Okay, my apologies. I was muted. So yes, I am really grateful for for my son and my husband. So they being a really great support. They are my family. I love them. And also at this moment, what I'm excited about is to continue writing. I have my book presentation, my first book presentation on Saturday. So, and I'm really grateful for that and all the people that support me. Thank you.
Thank you, Orlando. That's really cool. We're fortunate to have Orlando working with us, and she is a brilliant poet. And it's so exciting that she's getting to share her work with the world. In light of Pam's thoughts in her share, I will reiterate that you certainly, if you're here with us and you just want to participate as a listener, we so appreciate you just as much. You're under no obligation to share. The option is always open, and we're always going to encourage you to do so, but you certainly do not have to. Would anyone who has not shared yet like to go? I'm going to go ahead and throw the question at Melissa. Melissa, you work too hard on this and never get a chance to share. So tell us what you're thankful for if you dare.
Well, thank you, Chris. Well, I'm thankful to have a wonderful facilitator like you put this in my lap. I am most grateful for this holiday season because I have a group of friends that I only see about 2 times a year. And we will be traveling to Washington, D.C. to go spend time with them over the New Year's Eve holiday. And I'm very grateful for that. And I'm also grateful for this self-advocate discussion series because of all of you who are here, whether you're on camera or off camera, whether you're staff or an interpreter or working in some other kind of way. We appreciate that you've been participating and making this self-advocate discussion series so successful. And that includes parents and caregivers who are of individuals and people with intellectual and other developmental disabilities and other disabilities. We hope you will use this forum as well to share and speak up about your life and your family and your family member. And if we've actually exhausted, if people don't have answers to the 4 questions that we have up, we still have a little bit of time left in the session today. So if there's another topic that you would like to bring up, most of you are returning participants. So if there's some other topic or some other thing that you would like to share or talk about with the group, this is what this forum is for. So again, Chris, thank you so much for the opportunity to speak and share today.
Thank you, Melissa. And Melissa's absolutely right. This is your forum. This is your time. So feel free to share what's on your heart, even if it's not necessarily one of the questions in front of you. As a matter of fact, if I may, I'll take a moment to share something that occurred with me recently. I am listening to a book on audio at the moment called The Power of the Subconscious Mind, which is a little bit of a mouthful, but it's got a lot of really interesting information in it. And in one of the chapters, it talks about a gentleman who was very sad for a very long period of time. And he met with the doctor, the author of the book, and asked him for a solution. And the author said, before you go to sleep at night and when you wake up in the morning, I want you to say to yourself over and over again, I have a cheerful and joyous disposition, and I feel myself getting happier and happier every day. And as simple and somewhat silly as that statement sounds, I just want to share that I have started saying that to myself, especially when I start to feel frustrated or upset. And that simple statement, and it is usually so silly in my head to be saying at that time that it makes me laugh. And it's been really, really helpful for me, for my heart and my joy, because honestly, I'm trying to catch up with my colleague, Philip Woodward, who just might be the happiest man on the planet.
Can I say something? This is R.B. Kudra.
Absolutely. Jump right in.
So I've always had a difficulty and issue with anxiety. And this last part that you mentioned about saying your gratitude is probably the most spectacular thing that you can do, because you're celebrating yourself and everything around it. And I find that when I celebrate my gratitudes, when I get up or when I have a minute, I celebrate the gratitudes that it's easy to celebrate, but I also, believe it or not, also celebrate those gratitudes that don't feel like gratitudes and the failures, because if you didn't have that, you wouldn't appreciate and you wouldn't push yourself further and to come to a resolution, or just understand that you're not the only person that this is happening to. And it takes time to reflect on who you are, where you are, and that's great, because you're not alone. And that's all I want to say. Thank you.
Absolutely. I think that perspective, and we think that perspective at the council is certainly what helps get us through the day, beyond, of course, working with a population that we know and love and care about so very much. Jessica, I see you've got your hand up again as well. Perhaps, I'm sorry, forgive me, perhaps I was mistaken. Scott Carnes, thank you for sharing in the chat. It says, I am most thankful for my husband, who works hard to provide for our family of 5, and I am most looking forward to spending time with extended family who live far away. Thank you, Scotty. Well, y'all, we've still got plenty of time, but you know what else? We have had, as I recall, and Melissa, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, we've still had, I would say, more shares this time around than the first time that we did this. And we also have a larger community. So I'll just say I'm very, very grateful for not only the series itself, but its growth, and y'all's willingness to show up on Wednesdays, every third Wednesday, and keep bringing people to the fold, because this is exactly what we need. We need our community to know that they have a community. That's what you do each and every third Wednesday. So thank y'all. And with that, I'm going to throw it to Letha, because I know she's grateful for lots of things.
Hi there, I'm going to remain off camera, but this is Letha, and I'm so grateful for a lot of things. I am grateful for all of you. I wish Yvonne Bell a happy birthday, early birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And anyone else who is celebrating a birthday, an anniversary, I'm grateful for that as well. We need to pause. I'm grateful for the people that make this series happen each month, the dedication and the passion. My ASL interpreters, my Spanish interpreters, our captioners, and all of the staff that make this event so successful each month. I'm very grateful. And all the people that we get to see. I'm grateful, Chris, that you host so diligently every month. And I'm grateful, of course, for my family. It is Thanksgiving. I love to shop. And so I'm grateful for the sales. And of course, I love the food in my family. And I get to see, I'm 60 years old. I get to see classmates from high school. They come home and they come to my mom's house, and we get a chance to reminisce and have a good time and fellowship. And that's really good. I'm grateful, of course, for my family. My mom is 90, and she has survived 2 strokes. And so I'm so grateful for her. And she keeps pushing on, living through it all. And we're grateful for her. I'm grateful for all of my coworkers. I mean, I could go on and on, because at this age, you know, you really begin to be very thankful. You don't take things for granted. And so I'm just grateful to be here, and I'm excited about the sales that I'm going to have probably online. I doubt very seriously if I do what they call Black Friday in person this year. I'll probably do it online with Cyber Monday and stuff like that. So, but thank you for allowing me to share.
Thank you, Letha. That's a really good reminder that we can participate in things like Black Friday and Cyber Monday without having to deal with the hustle and bustle. I'm grateful that Letha reminded me of that, because I used to work in retail, and let me tell you something, Black Friday is well, it's monstrous. I don't have a better word for it. I've never seen anything like it. I worked it twice. I'll never ever do it again. So I'm thankful to have this job with North Carolina Council on Developmental Disabilities, so I never have to work another Black Friday again.
I love it.
Well, we've still got a little bit of time left, and once again, do not feel pressured at all. But I'll just go through some of these names, and if you all, if I call on you and you feel like you want to share, jump in. If not, it's absolutely okay. Would Rosanna Kingston, or Kelly Moore, or Sandra Gonzalez, or Cheryl, or Rebecca, if y'all feel like sharing, jump in, but again, you don't have to. Just want to make sure you know that we see you and we're grateful for you.
Hi, yes, I am Rosanna Kingston, and I'm with Public Health and Human Services in Polk County. I am grateful for my family and for having peace of mind, and grateful for the job that I get to do every day, help families in Polk County, with children with special health care needs. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you, Rosanna, and thank you for coming off camera for a moment. We appreciate you so much, and thank you for the word peace always resonates with with us around this time, and I'm so glad that you shared that.
Thank you.
Chris, this is Letha. Rebecca has her hand raised.
Rebecca, go right ahead.
Hi, my name is Rebecca, and I'm with the Center for Developmental Disabilities in New York. I just wanted to share that I am thankful for being able to have Thanksgiving with my boyfriend for the first time. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you for letting me share.
Tis the season of not only gratitude, but love. This is Chris. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Sandra. I work for Disability Rights North Carolina, and I am grateful to work for them. And I'm grateful for my family and my friends and my body's ability to heal. I'm recovering from some major surgery. I'm glad that we're over the worst of COVID, I hope. And I'm looking forward to a brighter future. And I really appreciate your webinar and allowing me to speak. Thank you so much. I wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving.
Wow, Sandra, thank you. That is a lot of gratitude. This is Chris Hendrix. I too am very, very grateful for the body's ability to heal. And I absolutely hope you're right. I certainly hope you're right that we're over the worst of that, and that we truly are able to consistently come together as a world family again. I think that that's really important, that we've been missing that.
Thank you, Chris.
Absolutely. I'm trying to think. We've got a lot of shares out, so I'm trying to think of who might not have had a chance to share just yet. Not seeing anyone's names jump out or hands raised, but if you'd still like to share, again, feel free to jump in. But with that, I'll share some opportunities that we all might have to practice gratitude. So on our list, there's a couple different things. So the one that's probably most widely shared and talked about is journaling. Having a physical journal or a diary where we write down at least 3 things that we're grateful for. And we try to do that each day and reflect on it at the beginning of the day and or at the end of the day. The second is electronic journaling. Maybe you don't like pen to paper and you prefer the computer. We are in the age of technology. So using your computer, Microsoft Word or Evernote if you're a Mac person, or a journaling app on the phone. There's a lot of them, and we actually have a link to an Apple journal and an Android journal if you'd like that as a resource. And you can type out your gratitudes. Affirmations. Affirmations are a little bit different, right? You can share your gratitude out loud with a mirror, even if no one's around, or you can come up with your own sort of mantra, kind of like the example that I gave earlier of when you wake up in the morning or right before you go to sleep, saying that you feel happier and happier. You feel yourself getting happier and happier each and every day, things of that nature. Give yourself 5 to 10 minutes, up to 3 times a day, to proclaim your joy. An example would be, every day and every way, I'm getting better and better. And then, of course, one of my favorites, if you're brave enough and you find the right person, speaking gratitudes out loud to a friend. I actually have a good friend who does this regularly with a group that he meets with once a week, and they call it supercharging your gratitude. So they get in pairs of 2 or 3, and they'll share their own gratitudes, their own affirmations, and then other people in the group will jump in and reaffirm the gratitude that someone has shared. So for example, if I was in the group and I said, I feel myself getting better and better every day in every way, someone else in the group will jump in and say, I see you, Chris, and I see you getting better and better every day, and I see you feeling better and better every day. And it's a combination of gratitude and encouragement. So that's kind of cool. But like I said, if you are having a hard time finding a person, doing it in front of the mirror is really powerful. And those are all the resources, but the gratitude practice, these are just some suggestions. Gratitude practice is meant to be simple, convenient, unique, and fun. We in the IDD community know all about adaptability and simplicity. If we can find a way to make it simple, we will do it. There is power in simplicity, my friends. Pick a gratitude activity that feels right for you, makes you feel the most comfortable. It's important, though, to not just simply go through the motions, right? What's the point of having a gratitude practice if you don't actually sound grateful? Give yourself time to think about the things on your list until you actually feel it. Feeling's important. Number 3 is be consistent and give yourself a gratitude goal. Example, I will commit to putting down 3 things per day for the next 30 days. And I'll add one more suggestion that's not officially on this list, but I read it earlier or shared it earlier. Being grateful in the right way, quote unquote, whatever the right way is for you, is really about being authentic, right? So be sure to find things that you're genuinely grateful for and bring you genuine joy. If you're truly not feeling it, it's much more important that you experience that feeling. And there is such a thing as toxic positivity, where we just ignore the reality of the problems that we face. And I don't want anyone thinking that that's what we're suggesting here. We all have challenges that we face every day, and it's important to acknowledge those challenges. But if you look at a problem long enough, there's a way to look at it where you can accept that the problem exists and find a way to move forward the best you can anyway. And that's where gratitude really comes into play. So those are some helpful suggestions for you. And next month, so this month we talked about being grateful and sharing joy with one another. But next month, December 20th, we're going to talk about giving back. 'Tis the season of thanks and the season of giving. So how can we use our powers as self-advocates and individuals with developmental disabilities to give back and think of others and connect with others this year as we wrap up? And as we do wrap up, I want to say thank you to everyone who has joined our series this year thus far. And as it says in the chat, we are going to absolutely continue this next year with topics that you've all requested and that you're all passionate about. We're going to have a part 2 on housing. We're going to have a part 2 on transportation. We're going to talk about employment again next year and income earning opportunities and lots of topics that matter to you, because you are where we get the topics from. I want to take a moment to thank our interpreters. Thanks so much to our ASL interpreters. Thanks so much to our captioners. Thanks so much to our Spanish interpreters. Thank you so much to staff who work so hard behind the scenes to make the magic work. And most of all, thank you all, the attendees who showed up today in droves to listen, to share, and just to be a part of our joy. You absolutely are, every single one of you, family to us at the North Carolina Council on Developmental Disabilities. This does not happen without you. We cannot be here without you. And we care about you, and we are thinking about you this holiday season as you choose to be with the family that you are most comfortable with, and reach out if you feel like you need family, because you are absolutely family to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Chris.
Bye, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
See you next month.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Chris, I know you have a hard stop right now, 2 o'clock. You got to dash away it all. Before you go, thank you for your leadership today. Thank you for everything. It was a wonderful session.
Thank you. Thank you. Couldn't happen without y'all. Y'all take care. And to all, a good evening.
And thank you, Jeannie. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeannie. Thank you, Ernest. Thank you, Tamara. I'm missing somebody. Erica. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, Irlanda. Thank you, Captioner. And to those of you who snuck in a little bit later, Lydia, I think, was one of the late arrivals. Thank you, all guests and folks.